Fight Island, two athletes competing against each other in an upcoming UFC main event said they've had no concerns about training, traveling, and fighting during the global health crisis. The UFC continually improves its coronavirus protocols so it can hold combat sports events safely, the featherweight rivals Kattar and Dan Ige told Insider ahead of their Fight Island match in Abu Dhabi Wednesday. The world's major sports leagues and organizations shut down from mid-March, but the UFC tried to restart operations 1 month later. This was not without criticism at the time. The UFC intended to hold UFC 249, a big, pay-per-view show, on Native American land at the Tachi Palace so it could circumvent governmental restrictions on distancing and lockdowns in April. But a phone call from the powers that be, at Disney, which owns the UFC's broadcast partner ESPN, nixed the MMA fight firm's plans. It was later reported that the California governor Gavin Newsom requested Disney's intervention. The UFC then proceeded with 3 behind-closed-doors event at the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena in Jacksonville from mid-May, as Florida deemed sports an essential business. Though the fights themselves were high on quality, particularly Justin Gaethje's devastating 5th-round stoppage win over Tony Ferguson, the UFC was rebuked by the New York Times. The paper said that the enforcement of its own safety procedures was spotty, as there were interviews in the Octagon, a lack of social distancing, and missing masks. Kattar and Ige fought separate matches during the UFC's residency in Jacksonville, and though it was described as an unusual experience to fight behind closed doors, neither felt like they were ever doing anything wrong. Ige, who outpointed Edson Barboza on May 16, told us, "I supported it. I thought the UFC did everything right with the right steps, the right protocols, and they gave us an opportunity because that's how we make money and that's how we put food on our tables." Kattar destroyed Jeremy Stephens with a brutal knockout from elbow strikes, and praised UFC President Dana White for holding the events at that time. "Through those types of setbacks when nobody wants to do anything, that's sometimes where the biggest opportunities are," he told us. "We had the whole world watching," Kattar said. "There was no sports. And now here we are, NBA is a little bit behind the 8 ball, and everyone else is behind the 8 ball, because they didn't hit the ground running. I understand where the mindset was, but it takes balls and Dana's got big ones to do what he did, and it's paying dividends now." Ige described the experience as a weird, eerie feeling. He said, "Especially walking out with nobody in the arena. But once I got in there it was the same, seeing the Octagon closing shut, same thing. It was weird, different." Calvin Kattar weighed 146 pounds for Wednesday's main event, slightly heavier than Dan Ige who scaled 145.